get into this one right here. Money on the Mind, Mind on the Money podcast, LeBron James. Everyone is talking about this one with Luka Doncic coming on to the fake AI, deepfake AI podcast. We'll talk about LeBron's AI deepfake Mind on the Money podcast, since nobody else will expose this, folks. I mean, this is 12-year-old stuff that is going on with this deepfake AI podcast from LeBron James. Why am I the only one that have to expose this? I don't know why, but like I said, I don't understand, man. We'll talk about this in a minute. And Tom Thibodeau gets the axe. Let's talk about that first. Tom Thibodeau, what do you want me to say about this guy? All he does is walk around the damn sideline looking pissed off, like he's a bootleg Bobby Knight, right? Far from a Bobby Knight type of coach, right? And I could give a damn if he got fired last year, the year before that, or he got fired this year. It really doesn't make no difference to me, because he's not really a head coach in this era. Now, was he a head coach maybe back in the Chicago days when they wasn't when it wasn't a 3-point contest? Yeah, maybe. But to me, the Celtics head coach, you can fire him too. I know it would sound ludicrous because they just won a title last year, but still, man. I mean, what they pulled off was, I don't even know what to call it. They were going to lose even if Tatum didn't get hurt. Remember, they were down by I think it was almost 10 when Jason Tatum reached for that ball but couldn't get it, grabbed his Achilles, because he knew the opponent was going down there for the dunk layup, and that series was over, folks. It was basically over. So to me, I would fire the Celtics head coach. That was one of the biggest upsets we ever seen. I would fire at least the Cavs head coach. What? You were a number 1 seed and got the brakes beat off you like that? At least we can say that the Celtics coach won a championship before that. What did the Cavs coach win? Actually, if you want to be real, this is 2 chokes in a year, or 2 chokes in a row, by the Cavaliers head coach. Bye, see you later. And I don't know who you would get in these positions, and I really don't care, because anybody can coach a 3-point contest. Anybody that is telling me that these are real head coaches in this league that's coaching a 3-point contest, you're a fool. You're a fool. This is what I would like somebody to do for me, right? Take a guy like Tom Thibodeau, right? He knows nothing about a 3-point contest, right? I'm sure when he was playing basketball back in the damn 40s, I don't know how old this guy looks pretty old. What year did he play? I don't remember. Did he play basketball in the NBA in the 90s, the 80s? I don't remember him. Maybe he was a bench warmer or something like that. I'm guessing he had to play. A lot of these guys, especially that age, played in the NBA. Some of them might have been bench warmers, whatever. And I would like to see, some of these other coaches too, the Rick Carlisles. I'm trying to think of, what is this guy? Doc Rivers. These type of guys, right? Guys that actually played in the league, maybe coached in the 2010s and the 2000s or whatever like that. I would like to see who came to them and showed them how to coach this 3-point contest. So I just want to go to one of these practices and see these X's and O's that these teams, these players, these coaches are executing on the floor, the X's and O's in practice. I just want to see it. Give me the head coaching job. This is not hard to tell 4 guys to sit at a 3-point line and play hot potato. And maybe tell, a guy to do a pick at the top of the key, because these guys have no skills to take the defender off the dribble. I'm being serious. I'm being dead serious. They're not coaching the triangle or the Princeton or anything like this. What is it? What are they coaching? Anybody can coach this trash. Anybody can coach it. And for me, this is not something, I talked about this before, for the Doc Rivers, the Rick Carlisles, a lot of these coaches that either played in the 80s, the 90s, Do we have any coaches? Do we have any coaches that played in the 2000s? I don't know, maybe. But this ain't the way, in the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, the game was taught to them, or they played the game. So I want to know who came to them and explained to them this new foreign style of basketball. Somebody explain that to me. And I want to see the look on their faces. Like, are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you? I'm telling you, these coaches like Rick Carlisle, Doc Rivers, maybe Thibodeau, whoever coached in the 2000s, the 2010s, maybe in the 90s. I don't know if anybody coached in the 90s, but someone played in the 90s. I want to see the look on their face when whoever came to them and said, this is how you have to coach basketball now. A 3-point contest, hot potato, one guy in the middle, nobody fight for the rebound except for the defensive center, no positional players, so no kind of like positional skills at every position, and guys just chuck up half their shots from three, no middies, no defense. I just want to see the look on these guys' face when this was introduced to them. This is the new NBA basketball that is going to be played, or you can't coach in this league. Oh yeah, whining, crying. Players don't have to listen to you. Players can do what they want to do. You're just a stand-in coach. You can't scold your players. Nothing. Players can cuss out the refs and show up the refs. Oh, don't forget this. Don't worry about traveling and carrying in practice. That's allowed in real game time in the game. In real time in the game. That's allowed. I just want to see that. I want to see the look on their faces. The style of basketball that they knew, either growing up or playing or coaching from the 70s, the 60s, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s. I want to see the look on their face when they were told this. The look like, what you talk about, Willis? I'm trying to tell you, that's why when you look at these guys, they look shell-shocked, right? When you look at them on the sideline, because they're looking like, what the hell am I coaching? What is this? What the hell what am I coaching? I wish to God I could coach a real game. That's what they look like. You're trying to tell me that ain't what Tom Thibodeau looks like? Or Rick Carlisle when they're mad? Or Doc Rivers? What the hell am I coaching? What the hell is this? But the paycheck is there. Yeah, that's what the NBA has to convince you, that we'll get these, big names in the league and make it look like, these guys really coach this 3-point contest. That's what the NBA wants you to believe. No, you can't get anybody from the damn street who is interested in coaching basketball to coach this trash. Okay? I would like to see what real coaches say about this era. Bobby Knight before he passed away, because it was still a 3-point contest in the 2020s. I would really be interested in hearing what Phil Jackson has to say about this 3-point contest. People like this. What's their opinion on this new, whatever the hell it is that these guys play? One-on-one basketball. Incidental basketball, as Kobe said. Or something, was it something like that. Accidental, I forget which one it was. They're playing without a cause, right? They're not really playing. They're not playing fundamental basketball. And then they try to bring in these international players. Oh, yeah. They're so fundamental. Yeah. That's why we're bringing them all in, because they're just more fundamental than Americans. Where's it at? Where's it at? We see the same thing with them that we see with LeBron James, carrying and traveling and playing in a 3-point contest. Where's those fundamentals? Well, it just didn't happen, man. They're lying. Greek Freak, Joel Embiid, SGA, Luka, Joker are not the best fundamentally sound players we ever seen, right? They're not the best we ever seen. And they're not the best, I don't know, to me, they're not even top 20 that we've ever seen. And some of them ain't even top damn 25 or 50 whatever that we ever seen in the NBA. It's a lie. So let's get in. To me, it's whatever. I don't care who you fire, when you fire. I could care less. They're not really coaching to me. Okay? This ain't really coaching. Anybody can do this coaching that they're supposedly doing. Because every coach is coaching the same. You can go to any team and a damn same coach. A different coach is coaching the same because they're all playing the same. Right? They're all doing the same, playing the same, acting the same, traveling the same, carrying the same, everything. So, big deal. Who you get, who you replace them with, anything. So, the Mind on the Money podcast, I guess everybody is talking about this. You know how he got Luka on the show, and Luka looked like he was hostage or whatever like that. But to me, when we look at this whole thing, again, this is a, what do you want to call it? This this looks crazy to me. This is a deepfake podcast. Now, to me, I don't know. Of course, LeBron James' deepfake podcast was not the first deepfake podcast. It just wasn't. I think he was a little late to the game. I don't know. Maybe Joe Rogan has a deepfake podcast. They deepfake news all the time. ESPN deepfakes, First Take. I don't know how long they've been doing it, but to me, I know I done seen it on ESPN the past couple of years. So, as far as podcasts that are AI deepfake, Mind on the Money with LeBron James, and it used to be JJ Redick, but it's Steve Nash now. I was calling it out when it was JJ Redick. And it's the reason why a lot of these guys, they either wear glasses, like the Kevin Garnett's and the Paul Pierce, because it's AI deepfake generated. They don't want you to see anything that would say, oh man, this looks fake or whatever like that. But they do the same thing on Mind on the Money podcast with LeBron James and Steve Nash that they was doing with JJ Redick. If you notice, they keep the lights dark. They don't want a lot of lighting in there because they don't want anybody to notice that it's a deep fake. Okay? Not that you can't have lights on and you wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? But LeBron James is supposed to look a certain way. You know what I'm saying? So Steve Nash, to me, it's pretty spot on. But when you have lighting like that, you can see some flaws in the deep fake, whatever like that. I don't want to get too deep into it, but it's a deep fake. I don't know why anybody's scared to call it out. I called it out, like I said, when JJ Redick and LeBron James first started this. It's good that all the dummies are scared to call it out, but maybe they don't know. Maybe they don't know. I just don't see how you don't know. It's a deep fake podcast. Is there anything wrong with it? No, it's not against the law. All you got to do is have some software and boom, bam, bam. You got it. And they're rich. They can get the best software and the best this and the best that because they're rich. We're not rich. We can go make a deepfake podcast now. They actually act like, we just came out with we had the audio before, but now we got the video. It's like, yeah, you're just now getting it for us, the people on the bottom, but for the celebrities and the rich, they've been done have it. Hollywood had it before anybody. Hollywood have been making deepfake movies forever. They've been making that forever. So one thing on there that kind of caught me is when he said that he was cool with the physicality coming back to the NBA, but he wanted for last year in the playoffs, or my fault, this year in the playoffs, they just brought back physicality, he said, without giving them a little, a grace time. They could have let them play physical maybe, after the All-Star break and got them broken into it. And that's funny because I've been saying this. I've been saying this. Soon as the playoffs started and, we got into it and they were allowed to play physical, to me, I said it's unfair. I said, why are they letting them play physical? First of all, the three-point contest, it's the dumbest thing you ever seen, right? When you play physical, you want positional players with positional skills because now the pace is kind of like slowing down. So now you can have positional players instead of having a three-point contest. So to me, the league made idiots out of itself by bringing you a three-point physical contest, a physical game in the playoffs, but still a three-point contest. How dumb is that? And it didn't add up, really. Dudes were bricking it up. And that's why I tried to tell you before, this is why you couldn't shoot all these threes back in the 90s, because you had dudes draped on you, right? You said a pick, the other dude was right there. Where you picking to? Where you picking to at the 3-point line? The other dude is right there. Now, yeah, back then they picked and rolled to the basket. They didn't pick and pop. You couldn't get unlimited chances to keep missing. And that's what they do in this era. Their chances to miss is unlimited. That's why I say these aren't real head coaches. You're trying to convince me that they are real head coaches. It's like you keep messing up and your parent don't say nothing. Is that a real parent? Get the hell out of here. So, again, LeBron James, did he copy off of me? Because I've been saying that all through the playoffs. Before when the playoffs started, I said it's dumb that they let him play physical in these playoffs because they didn't let him do it during the regular season. But this is where the bullshit comes in. And I was saying this before. I said the only reason why they let them play physical, and LeBron probably heard me. Oh, and it's cool. No. Before everybody was cool with me in the YouTube community, just about, and then everybody stopped, shout my name out, whatever. It don't matter to me. All I know is that maybe one guy does sports and fitness rants. Other guys, whatever. I would shout out other guys' names, a lot. And then nobody want to say my name or whatever like that no more. It's cool. I can tell you what. I'm not gonna be have a damn zipper over my mouth. Just whatever. We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later. But I was the one that said they're only letting them play physical defense to help out the Lakers. I said that. They're doing this to help out the Lakers. Because what did we see? Soon as they traded Anthony Davis, they start playing goon basketball because they had no big man, and no real defensive presence no more. So all of a sudden, soon as they traded Anthony Davis, the league was letting only because nobody else knew about this, but all of a sudden the Lakers were able to push, punch, kick, all this stuff and play physical basketball. You guys, wow, you can go back on my videos and you can listen to them. And nobody else was playing this, but they were letting the Lakers play this because they had no more real defensive presence, right? They had no more defensive presence. And they basically played this style until the end of the season. And then all of a sudden, physical basketball was allowed in the playoffs. They didn't. What? Did they tell anybody? Because I don't remember them announcing it. Because some teams, when it started the playoffs game, they were like, well, what is this? How you can let this guy push me and, do all this and hand check me? They were like, where did this come from? Where did this come from? So, of course, like I said, they let the Lakers play physical basketball the rest of the season after they got rid of AD. And then, what the hell was that? And like I said, I think they let them play physical basketball because that was their only chance to actually win a series. And they actually lost. They lost in the series instead of winning. They actually lost. So the whole thing just backfired on them. It didn't even work. It backfired. The whole thing just backfired. So now we were stuck with the rest of the playoffs playing the physical basketball in the 3-point contest. So LeBron James was saying, well, they should have gave us a chance to adjust before the playoffs. What are you talking about? You were playing physical basketball before the playoffs started. You were playing. The only thing was now they were allowed to play physical basketball back on you. And you didn't like it. Now you're on your Mind on the Money podcast saying you're cool with physical defense next year. You? Out of everybody. Huh. Wow, what a joke. One of the biggest jokes is this guy's always trying to be funny. Always trying to be funny. Always trying to be that's all his career really is about since he went to Miami. It's a big joke. It's been a joke. And in the 2020s, it's been a bigger joke because his career just really turned into not even competing, really, to just pissing people off and then laughing. Now he gets the Mind on the Money podcast. Now he can really piss people off playing around, saying all this stupid stuff. Yep. And that's why we say LeBron James wins again. You can expose all the numbers you want. You can expose all the LeBron James history you want. But this guy always wins. And who lets him win? Or the NBA. The NBA, remember, the NBA runs its own league, folks. Don't act like whatever the NBA wants for their league, that's what they're going to want. That's what they're going to get. So if they tell ESPN, hey, this is, how you got to, shape our league, talk about our league and stuff like this is what they got to do. And Fox and Bleacher Report, whoever. Right? So if they wanted LeBron James gone this year, last year, or 4 years ago, he would have been gone. They don't want him gone. They love the shenanigans. They're not playing real basketball in the first place. They're playing the pickup, one-on-one, three-point contest with fake refs, fake coaches, non-positional players that don't possess positional skills, that will never crack the damn top 10 in their whole career. They got to do something. This is the kind of players they got, folks. I mean, this kind of league they got. So this is why you got him basically as the entertainment. And what the entertainment now is, it's just a big game. It's a big joke. And everybody who wants to make money on YouTube, they have to go along with the joke. Like Gilbert Arenas, heard him the other day, said he would talk ish about Kobe. This is the same guy that said Kobe's his favorite player. But now he's saying he didn't need I forget the name. He said he didn't need a counter move. Kobe did. So when he had the ball, he didn't need a counter move. That's how skilled he was. But Kobe wasn't skilled enough, so he needed a counter move. So he knows he's lying. He knows he ain't on Kobe's level. But guess what? Pisses people off. So you're eating off of Gilbert Arenas. Gilbert Arenas is a smart businessman. Because everybody knows you can't make no money telling the truth, but you can make money telling lies. Look at LeBron James. And that's why, his whole career is a lie. So he's making money off a lie. And I got the Mind on the Money podcast. He got Unclutched Sports, and, he's paying people off to lie. He's lying. And everything is just, you ain't going to make no money off telling the truth. That ain't the world you live in, folks. History is a lie. Science is a lie. Basically, everything's a lie in this world. History, medicine, science, everything you could think of that you ever taught in school just about. At its root, it's a lie. The history of it is a lie. Yeah, we come outside and say, yeah, the grass is green. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But they'll tell a lie behind it and say, well, where did grass come from? Where did it originate? They'll lie about it, folks. That's all they do is lie about stuff. So, you can hoard all the knowledge, or you can make the money off the wolf. You hoard all the knowledge, now, guess what? You can make all the money. And, you can control. You can control whatever, people, and things like that. So, not to get off the topic right there, but I'm just saying, you ain't going to make no money lying. You got Rich Paul lying, Wendy lying, Stephen A. Smith lying, Chris Broussard lying, in particular about the NBA and LeBron James' career. All these people, you got past players lying. The whole NBA is just a racket full of lies. This is how bad this league has gotten, that they can't even sell this league on greatness, that they done sold this game on basically lies in a one-on-one three-point contest. That's it. And you see where it's going with Bronny. And probably his other sons coming in here. Like, the whole thing is just, it's just crazy, man. How the NBA don't even want greatness in this league no more. They said we can still make money off of lies, folks. We could just lie. We could diss our past product, our great players. We can play something that ain't even basketball. We can use LeBron James as the entertainment and his kids. And because when he leaves, we don't have nothing left because we don't brought in all these boring ass international players that nobody cares for. Hey, you don't believe me? Look at baseball. Nobody cares about that. The only people who tune into baseball really is people who gamble. Nobody cares about baseball. This is a whole bunch of people who don't speak English. Yeah, they're great players, but they done lost the fundamentals in that game. You got coaches who can't even speak to their damn players because they don't speak English. So this is what I'm saying, man. It done got out of hand with the NBA. The NBA ain't too far away from the MLB. We saw what the MLB did to, kind of stay alive and push their league for a minute. Whole bunch of shenanigans with steroids when everybody was taking the shit. You know what I'm saying? So we got this thing with the LeBron James, and we see the ratings. They're keeping, their league afloat with lies, the shenanigans with LeBron James, and stuff like that. So this is what we got, folks.